Okay, somewhere late last night, like 3 a.m. or some shit like that, I saw a content creator, somebody most of us really respect. I'm not going to drop names I don't remember off the top of my head. I mean, I can picture his face, but correcting MAGA and pointing out that the no taxes on tips and overtime was never in the Republican bill. That's actually correct, but it misses the picture so broadly. Because what the Republicans meant, or what Trump meant when he said that, might either be in the bill or be something they already passed or be something they're about to pass. They're still planning on doing that. But it's not what MAGA thinks it is at all. Okay, so let's start with tips. Okay, first of all, the tips that Trump wants to remove taxes from aren't the kind of tips that you and I receive at all. He's talking about dividends. Why do they want to remove those taxes? Because for guys like Musk and Trump, those are some of the only taxes they pay. So if they can get rid of that, they literally pay no taxes. Now let's look at tips themselves. I don't know about you, but I don't have a problem with the idea of paying taxes on tips. I have a problem with the idea that in the last 30 years, the minimum wage for people earning tips, at least here in Texas, New Mexico, waiting tables, that kind of thing, is still $2.13 an hour. $2.13 an hour, to explain it one way, is enough that if you're doing okay with your sales and whatever at the restaurant or wherever you're at, then that $2.13 an hour pays your taxes, and that's it. Or put another way, your minimum wage is wiped out by taxes. I'm not against, again, paying taxes on tips, but the real problem is that people making tips, that minimum wage for tipped employees should be raised. Okay, so that's point number one. Point number two was overtime. They're kind of right. They do want to do away with taxes on overtime, but it's not that they don't want to tax overtime. They want to get rid of overtime. If there's no overtime, there's no taxes. Capiche? And they're dead serious. I have not followed how closely they have done that so far, but they are trying to do that the same way that they're trying to get rid of taxes on dividends. Again, investment dividends, not the kind of tips that you and I are thinking about the gig economy and waiting tables and all that crap. So use your brains, people. More and more and more, what you would see and hear from the Trump administration. I'm not talking first Trump term. I'm not talking Republicans before Trump. I'm not talking anything about that. The current Trump administration is not what you want it to be, is probably, if you're MAGA, not what you think it is. So that's simple. Not what you think it is and not what you want it to be. Dig deeper.